Okay, guys, another really good day in chat. The very first call I made, or actually, let me rephrase it. I'm making some suggestions, putting up the charts and showing what I'm looking at, okay? And then every once in a while I'll make an actual, what I call an official call. I don't even know why there's a differentiation between them other than some things I talk myself out of because of other circumstances, and so I leave them alone, but I put the chart up because some members might want to trade them, that sort of thing, okay? So having said all that, AEM was hot out of the gate today, okay? My very first idea, actually, I'll show you why those horizontal lines are on there later, but was what we call a twos play. You had a high, a lower high, and a lower high still with this volume, and it was breaking out on the daily. I said you could take this on twos. I don't like this. Keep in mind, 2-minute candles. That means 6 minutes in, this thing's triggering 38.49 with a 38.29 stop. That's 20 cents risk. 38.49. It makes it to 40. So quick. What I say it was quick $1.50 move, right? On 20 cents risk. Not an official call. Didn't have time to type it out. And plus, I gave that caveat that hey, this is 6 minutes in, can be dangerous. But it was my first idea of the day. So you're talking about $1.50 on 20 cents risk, and I know I had some members take that. Also had what I call an aggressive early idea that failed, and that was TRW. And I'll tell you my thinking. TRW, hot out of the gate, right? And then sellers came in. I like to use 2-minute candles early. Sometimes you get these where you get a little hiccup and then it's still off to the races. I liked it on the daily as well. So I said over this red candle, these are 2-minute candles, 46.51, 46.35 stop. That's 16 cents. Triggers, stops out. And that shows you why these early trades are aggressive. So now we've got a 16-cent loss for anyone that took it and a $1.50 move in our favor on 20 cents risk. That worked great. Okay, then when TRW came back down, since I have this chart up, see this this line here, it was where I suggested an idea, a buy idea. I also said this one's a little aggressive. Right around 46.30, so my line's not perfectly accurate, but it was right around 46.30, and the other line is my stop, 46.10. They're roughly about there. You see it triggered, did not stop out, and from 46.30, the stop held all day and ended up going up over $1 after that, okay? I didn't take that one either, so it's not all about what I take. I had members make money on that, and I got some thank you. So there was another suggestion. Trying to go over all of them so no one can say I'm hiding anything, okay? Let's see. Akamai. One of our members, Curtis, pointed this out when it looked like this, okay? Now this doesn't look like much here as far as the setup, but let's go to the daily real quick. Akamai just got decimated yesterday. Had some support in the area and at the 200, okay? A 200 daily moving average. So for those reasons, and Akamai now after getting decimated, I actually had this on long watch for the room because sometimes you get people saying, you know, if you can get a stock like this after getting beaten up the next day to light up the new highs ticker, people pile in. You get that mass thinking that, oh, I knew it was overdone to the downside, okay, and then you get a nice pop. So Akamai looked like this when Curtis pointed it out, 33, 34 high. And since he typed it in the room, what about Akamai or Akamai high of day break could work? I brought it up on the monitor, put it on everybody's screen, projected it on everybody's screen, and agreed. And I gave the trigger price, but I'm not taking credit for the call. I would have never seen it if it wasn't for Curtis, even though I had this on our watch list. 33.35 was my entry idea, and here's the trigger candle. Stop right below this candle for a nice tight stop, 33.22. I mean, that's real nice. That's 12 cents risk, 13 cents risk, sorry. And look what happens. 33.35, it ends up going almost a buck. Goes to 34, whatever this is, 34.29, almost a buck on 13 cents risk. Beautiful. So hats off to Curtis for putting that alert out. That's when you ever hear me talk about teamwork in the room, and you see it lost it at the end of the day, but not before our trigger and a huge move, okay? We teach our members to scale out into those moves. Anyway, that's what I mean when I talk about teamwork in our room. It's not just me looking for ideas, it's other people knowing what we look for, knowing what we like, knowing what works, and then throwing out reminders in the room. All right, so hats off to Curtis. In the interest of full disclosure, I called NWL, and it just did next to nothing. This top line was my entry. This bottom line was my stop. Didn't come anywhere close to the stop. Didn't move very high off the entry. I ended up taking a flat in this one, okay? TRW, I've already talked about that. Okay, ARBA. I missed the first entry in this one. But then I called it, see this line right here? Called it right at this line. ARBA 38.55. This bottom line was my stop idea, and this trade I took. So 38.55, 38.35 stop, and it goes up almost $2. It goes up to 40.45, $1.90, 20 cents risk. Never came close to getting stopped out. A lot of people in chat. I captured a couple screenshots. John, 85 cents on a third there. As I said, we scale out. Gleason out $1 on Ariba, second time that day. So because I also was projecting it here for a possible entry, and it looks like Gleason took that. So couple members got paid twice. This was my first official call. When it was down here, I was watching it too and giving a projection to everybody. What's next? Let's see. NUAN, one of our members, Frederick, pointed this out, and I said this could work. Now, I'm very clear. I don't like high of day breaks generally. Okay, you get a nice narrow range here, and Frederick said, "What about Nuon over the high of the day?" I looked at it and I agreed. 25.12, I think, with a 25 stop. Look what happens. Breaks the high of the day, right back down. It's a little different than Akamai, but it still made sense. Big volume pop. And it kind of had a crazy day yesterday. So today, Nuon starts lighting up the new highs ticker. And I always say, remember, you want 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 prints once you're in that on the new highs ticker, right? You needed to get up about a dime so people keep seeing Nuon over and over, and then they start piling in. It just didn't happen there. Unlike Akamai, once Akamai got through that high of the day, look at, you got all kinds of prints, pullback, and then lit it up again. So there's a difference, which is an example of if they don't work right away. There's nothing wrong with just killing it either, because it's probably not going to work. Most trades that we call should work right away, and then there's an example on NWL. Didn't really do anything right after my entry, so I killed it flat after the first little baby bounce. And if you look at it, it hardly made me look like a fool for getting out, although I could have had some money from it. All right, and then, one time early today, I saw A1, AONE racing. It was only up to about 96 cents when I found it. I looked at the daily and said, hey, this one, if I were going to play this, I'd go 97 cents if it gets there, because remember, it was trading at 96. I said 97 with a 93 stop. That's 4 cents risk. It's also about 4% risk, so you got to manage your position size, but 97 cents, did have members take that as well. Went up to $1.17. That's over 20%. Not an official call, but members in the room made money off of it because I saw it and put it out there. I didn't take it myself, but still a real, and then here's the daily on A1. Really nice little breakout. Could be multi-day, but 97 cents, not a bad entry, and argument for having that relative volume scanner going. PSS started an afternoon rally. Now, these lines are false. Okay, let me take this one off there. Typically when I take an entry on my new strategy, okay, I want to go with a 20-cent stop. That's just something I'm comfortable defaulting to, okay? And this, well, let me leave it like this. This is where the entry that I called was, okay, and this is where the 20-cent stop would have been, okay? I tried to get cute on this one because I thought, you know what, if this drops even a dime, it's basically going to round trip this move. So I'm going to move my stop up. I wonder if I can just move this line. Yeah, I'm going to move my stop up and make this one a dime stop. In other words, I deviated from my generic, 20-cent stop, which is what I've been doing on all of these. So this one I tried to get cute on. There's the entry. I made it a dime stop. It gets stopped out. Okay. If I'd have left it at a 20-cent stop, look what happens. And some of our members, the smart ones who have learned to ignore me, they took it here and they left the 20-cent stop. Okay. So now you're looking at whatever it is, 2084 entry, makes it all the way to 2126. So a very nice move there. And there's an example of me getting too cute. I got stopped out for a dime on that one. And that's what happens sometimes. Now I could have easily deviated as well and had the dime stop hold, or I could have left it at 20 cents and got stopped out there. There's no way of knowing till you do it, but it does show me it does show me to stick to the rules that are working, right? Okay, anyway, anything else? Let's see. Also, Forest Oil, this blue line was my buy, and then I sold a smidge into the spike because I just looked like a moron on PSS by getting stopped out when I shouldn't have, and I killed the rest flat as I told the members. And this was another one, kind of a pullback play off this big volume rally. And you can see it didn't follow through, so I did the right thing getting out flat. I think that's it for the day. Great teamwork as always in our chat room. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys on Monday.